Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media. Whenever we see these folks on the docket, it is going to be a good time. They've been a frequent organization that's been interviewed on our Spotlight show, and that is Promises to Kids. Faye Lupeton, good to see you. How you been?
I'm doing very well. Good to see you too. Thanks for having us.
Always. There's so much great content to share, and then you got some of the cool Guardian Scholars in the house as well. Faye is the director of PR and marketing for Promises to Kids. How long have you been involved now?
It will be 8 years this August. Time flies.
I don't even believe it's been 8 years. And joined by your colleagues, Vanessa, Brunetta, and she's a Guardian Scholar. How you doing there, Vanessa?
Happy Friday. I'm doing well.
Good. What's a Guardian Scholar?
A Guardian Scholar is a former foster youth in Promises to Kids. It's a program that helps support us in our college or trade journey.
And so I see you proudly wearing a UCLA sweatshirt. Okay.
Yes.
So I take it you went to school there?
I did. I recently graduated and I'm going back in August.
Congratulate. What was your degree?
Sociology.
Nice. How'd you like living? Did you live on campus?
I did during COVID. It was very interesting.
Were you at Dykstra? Which dorm were you at?
Oof. Back in 2020, I'm feeling old.
Oh my goodness, you're a youngster.
Sunset something.
Yeah, it's a great, university offers a lot of opportunities on that. We'll get back to that as well. And Alyssa Nieves, you're a Guardian Scholar as well, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, very good. And what are you doing now?
I currently I recently just graduated on Friday. I received my bachelor's in psychology and a minor in visual and performing arts.
From what school?
Cal State San Marcos.
Oh, it's a great university. We work pretty closely with the president there, Ellen Neufeld, and some of their staff. How many years did you go to Cal State San Marcos?
I was a transfer student from Miramar, and I went there for about 2.5 years after the pandemic.
Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of different support and a beautiful campus.
Yeah, it sure is. It sure is. So Faye, for those very, very few folks in our Spotlight audience, what's the mission of Promises to Kids?
So our mission is to create a brighter future for foster children. We've been around for over 40 years now. And really, we fill in the gap wherever it's needed from birth all the way through adulthood. We try and help foster youth through many of our programs. So whether that's reuniting siblings who have been separated in foster care at monthly events or helping former foster youth, like the two ladies that we have here,
Right.
helping them navigate that transition to college or, find the career path. We're really there to support them every step of the way.
Is the amount of kids that are in foster care growing, going down, staying the same over the years?
So it is going down here in San Diego. I can only speak for. So
Sure.
Currently there are about 2,000 current and former foster youth right here in San Diego County alone.
Right. So is there a reason why it's going down? Is it obviously the great work that Promises to Kids does? I'm sure has something to do with it. Are there other reasons?
I think there's a multitude of reasons, but certainly, I think having organizations like Promises to Kids and making sure that we have different programs to make sure that youth don't, repeat the cycle, and that those who have children, they're making sure that they provide the things that they didn't have growing up, and that there's opportunities, and having groups like our advocates within our Guardian Scholars program where they can share their stories and help inform the community. The more support we get from the community, that certainly contributes to a decrease in numbers, hopefully, that we see in foster care.
Well, listen, and we'll get right to it now with Vanessa and Alyssa. I'll start with you on this, Vanessa. So imagine when you first started working with Promises to Kids, okay, go back in time. And what were your thoughts? What am I getting into? How is this going to help me? rightfully so, probably a little anxious. Why wouldn't you be? And here you are now, fast forward, just confident as can be, and congratulations on your schooling and all that. Talk about how things have shifted from the time you first started getting involved.
Definitely. So I was placed in foster care at age 8, and I was immediately paired with Promises to Kids through their Camp Connect program. My brother and I were separated, and they helped us reunite every month. We went camping, horseback riding, all kinds of things. Fast forward to 18 years old, I became a Guardian Scholar, and they've totally changed my life in helping me support my college journey. They invested in me.
Right. So what is the best way? I'm sure you can probably talk about 45 different ways they've helped you, but if there's a number one way they've helped you, what would that be?
Community.
Really?
Yes, definitely.
And how about confidence?
Definitely confidence, as well as a public speaker, as an advocate, for sure.
Yeah. One of the things we talk about quite a bit, and Faye knows, we'll chat about this, is that trust is so important.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you folks have had some adults that let you down, to say the least. Is it hard to get back and start trusting again when you don't have interventions like Promises to Kids?
Absolutely. I feel like trust is like an onion, and sometimes the onion just spoils, goes rotten, but Promises to Kids definitely rebuilds that trust for sure.
Yeah. And, if you don't have the trust in the people you're working with, that is a very, very difficult mountain to climb. Yeah. How about you, Alyssa? From the time you started Promises to Kids, I'm not sure if you were 8 years old at all or not. How old were you?
I actually started later in life after I transferred to Cal State San Marcos. When I was younger in my teens, I was placed in the system at the age 15, and from 15 through 18, I was in 3 different placements. So when I turned 18, I had my son and I became a single mom, which inspired my journey to start college. And after transferring to the bigger university, we were originally virtual because of everything going on. And after we were allowed to go on campus, I thought to myself, okay, I want to get connected. I'm new to campus. What can I get involved in? And I applied to a lot of scholarships and different resources, and Promises to Kids being one of them. I was able to become a Guardian Scholar, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, but I was really thankful that I not only now found this new community of people who gone through a lot of the similar stuff that I have gone through, and supported me in ways that I didn't really even know I needed the support. It helped me build the confidence and different skills that I needed, and has supported me in graduating.
Well, and it's quite obvious now, you and Vanessa had never met before, correct?
We've met previously, but we met through the program.
Right, but when you first started, you have no idea who Vanessa was.
No.
Right, exactly. And you had no idea who Alyssa was,
Correct.
Right? And now you guys know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Faye, something we talk about all the time in Promises to Kids, you've got these 2 folks that now have shared experience with the Guardian. Mm-hmm. They're going to be lifelong friends, colleagues, and partners, who knows, whatever the case may be. Talk about how important that is, what you guys do.
Oh my goodness, so important. And I think, Vanessa mentioned it earlier, it really is about community.
Right.
And for a lot of these youth, we are their family. And, I heard that just yesterday, someone saying, I met many of the people who I am close to that I trust right here at Promises to Kids, whether that is staff or that is peers that they have met through their groups that they now, get together with on the weekends, that have become their chosen family. And connection is so, so important, whether that is between the peers themselves or between staff. We also provide mentoring for youth. We have one-on-one mentoring, group mentors. We have different groups, from a Latinx group, a Black group, where they can find the community that is right for them.
Yeah, and I think, the important part on this is when, Vanessa first went in the program at that age, and same with you, Alyssa, it's a whole new world, absolutely anxious, but you've got this long history. Promises to Kids has been around for how long now, Faye?
Almost 45 years.
So it's got a great 45-year history of, working with, foster kids. And even more important with this is that you're going to be with them forever. It's not like, you went through the program here and, we'll see you later. You stay connected, do you not?
Absolutely. We have youth who participated in our Guardian Scholars program over 15 years ago that still come back to visit. Our staff gets invited to their kids' birthdays and their weddings. So, it's often that we still see them because, like I said earlier, we have become like a family with them. Our Foodies for Foster Kids campaign that is coming up. We have one former Guardian Scholar. I think she participated, 18 or so years ago. And she has now built her own business. And through that, she's giving back through this program. It's important to her to give back to the community that, gave to her when she was younger.
Right, we're talking to Faye Lupeton. She is the Director of PR and Marketing for Promise to Kids, joined by two of her colleagues, joined by two of her colleagues, Vanessa, Brunetta, Guardian Scholar, UCLA grad, go Bruins, and Alyssa Nieves, Guardian Scholar, just graduated from Cal State San Marcos. Talk about the Foodie program. What's that about?
Yeah, so this is our 7th year. It's called Foodies for Foster Kids. And this year we've partnered with 42 incredible restaurants across San Diego County. So for this month being National Foster Care Month, each of those businesses have selected one or more items off their menu that they are featuring. So when you go in, you purchase that menu item, a portion of that sale goes back to Promises to Kids to help youth just like Vanessa and Alyssa here through our programs.
Do we have a list of those online, of those 45 restaurants?
You betcha. So it is promises2kids.org.
Okay.
So, whatever it is that you like, we've got everything. Pizza, hamburgers, tacos, all the desserts you can think of, milkshakes, you name it. There's definitely something for everyone.
And they're all throughout the county?
They are all throughout the county, yes.
Right. All right. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. And if not, I'll have to put some pressure on my friends over here. My favorite restaurant is in Scripps Ranch, not too far from here.
Mm-hmm.
Yanni's. Is Yanni's involved?
They are not involved, but we would love to have Yanni's involved if you're out there listening.
Yes, I'm gonna have lunch there very, very shortly. I'm there way too much anyway. Great owners. They love to give back. And is it too late for them to participate now? For this year, it is too late, but we would love to have them be a part of it next year. Okay, maybe we'll sit there and set something up on that with our good friends, Yanni and Denise P.S. And they give back quite a bit. So we'll see if we can tee that up. So when you go on the website, you're the 45? 42. 42, they're participating. Mm-hmm. And does it identify which food item is going to be the beneficiary, right? It does, yes. Okay. So it indicates exactly which item it is, what percentage or dollar amount is being donated. And, we truly could not do our work without our community partners and everyone in San Diego. So we're very grateful for each of them. Yeah, absolutely. When we come back from break, we're going to continue the conversation with Promises to Kids and dive more into Vanessa and Alyssa. And so I'm going to tee you up with this question now so you can be thinking about it during break, is that and you certainly are doing it right now, you're sort of a spokesperson for Promises to Kids, but what would you say to foster youth? Okay, why should I get involved with Promises to Kids? So think about that when we come back from a break with Faye Lupeton, Vanessa, Brunetta, and Alyssa Nieves. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the longest running community podcast in our 19th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union. 60 years of doing great things in the community, whether it's food insecurity, it's supporting youth, it's supporting literacy, financial literacy. They do a great job. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, the nation's longest-running community podcast in our 19th year, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union for more than 6 decades, doing great things in San Diego County. So thrilled always to have a return appearance on our Spotlight show from Promises to Kids. Faye Lupeton is joining us. She's the Director of PR and Marketing for Promises to Kids, joined by 2 phenomenal Guardian Scholars, Vanessa, Brunetta, and Alyssa Nieves. We'll start with you on this, Vanessa. We sort of teed you up with a question before. You now are in front of a whole bunch of potential Promises to Kids clients, okay? What would your pitch be of why they should go through Promises to Kids?
Very short and simple, I would say. It takes a village to raise a child. And youth in the audience, you deserve a village. That village can have Promises to Kids included in it, and you deserve the support.
Right. And so we talked about, it's benefited you from a confidence standpoint and so forth. And do you think your communication skills, since you've been going through, you're very poised on the radio. Both of you guys have done a great job on the podcast. From a communication standpoint, we know that's half the battle in some of this. How has it improved what you've done?
It absolutely has. Mostly, I haven't tried to hide my foster youth identity because it Promises to Kids. I've just embraced it.
Right. And listen, I think it's important for people to know whenever there's, if Vanessa can do it, if Alyssa can do it, then why wouldn't I do it? And then again, it's the lifelong partnership. How about you, Alyssa? What would you say to someone says, I'm thinking about doing some things with Promises to Kids, either from a sponsor standpoint or from a foster youth standpoint? What would you tell that person?
I would say have an open mind and be open to the support. It really develops a strong growth mindset and helps you build your confidence and feel empowered through your lived experience and being able to use that lived experience to tell your story and to give back to the community through helping others. They have the Advocates for Change program and a bunch of different other programs that help you to feel empowered and really that self-development that can help you not only through your education, but life skills that you can take on for life.
Well, I mean, and you're a perfect example. Both of you guys are in this aspect. But, Alyssa, you have a son, correct?
Yes.
How old is your son?
He's 13 now.
Right. So what an unbelievable benefit to him on seeing what you have done with your stuff. I mean, it's going to pick him up, already has, I'm sure, and it's going to help him on a different trajectory. What has Promises to Kids meant to your son?
Promises to Kids has helped me through mentorship and through different skills that I've learned. And now I have the opportunity to earn my education. And I'm able to give that back to my son as a first-generation student and as a young mother who didn't have those skills prior. My lived experience is much different from his, but I get to utilize that in a way that I feel empowered and continue to make empowering choices. And I now have a team of a support team that I can lean on that not only helps me to be a better person and student, but a better mother as well.
He must be very proud of you.
Thank you. He is. He got to watch me walk for graduation on Friday. Oh,
my goodness. I'm getting goosebumps even thinking about this. Faye, listen, I mean, I know you're beaming with pride when you see what Vanessa and Alyssa are sharing. But, the goal is to try to unite the foster youth together, is it not?
Absolutely, absolutely. I spoke to it earlier about having that connection and to make sure that they are in a room with their peers where they feel like Vanessa said they can embrace their story. They're not ashamed of it. They can grow from it, teach others about it, and that they aren't just statistics, that they can change in the future, but that is only possible with the support of the community. The village that Vanessa was talking about, it really does take everybody to support their journey and to know that there are people out there who believe in them, that want to see them thrive and succeed, and that they deserve everything else that any other youth out there has that may have not gone through foster care.
talk a little bit about, and then we'll pivot over to Vanessa and Alyssa. We talk about, listen, there's many great things you do. We'll also talk about Camp Connect in a few seconds as well. But you folks are really laser beamed, Faye, on making sure that, Vanessa and Alyssa, hey, there's some great skills you can have if you're looking at careers to go into, career paths. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so we support everything from your traditional trajectory, whether it's you want to go to a 4-year program or you want to do vocational or trade. We have had a program for the last couple of years where it's a 2-week program that many of our youth participated in. They got the training and the skills and the support that they needed through that. And for some, that is their path. And it worked out for them. Many of our youth got hired and have great jobs right now. So there is something for everyone. Not all paths have to look the same, and success doesn't need to be defined the same way. It's different for everybody, but there's so many jobs out there. We do career explorations throughout the year. We took them to Southwest Airlines recently, where they got to tour behind the scenes to see all the different job opportunities available there. We take them on college campus tours, again, to explore all the different options out there that might be a fit for them.
Yeah, it's something that's really important as we're chatting with our friends from Promises to Kids, Faye Lupeton, Director of PR and Marketing, joined by 2 Guardian Scholars, Vanessa, Brunetta, and Alyssa Nieves. And so, Vanessa, when you hear, Faye talk about this, one of the things we love chatting about on our Spotlight show is career and pathways. And we know when you mention Southwest Airlines, well, I'm not going to be a pilot. Well, you don't have to be a pilot. You got marketing people. You got folks that are handling the baggage. You got people who are designing the ads. You've got 4,000 jobs. One of the things we talk about quite a bit on the show, I worked for the San Diego Union Tribune, as Faye knows, for many, many years. In its heyday, we had like 2,400 employees, something to that effect. 1/8 of them were writers, which meant 7/8 of the people at the Union Tribune did not write. Like me. I wrote for another paper, but not the Union Tribune. And so when you look at that, Vanessa, whatever field you want to get into, that just opens up the doors. Talk about those experiences with careers.
Definitely. Well, as a foster youth, we're often reminded that most youth follow in their mother or their father's footsteps.
Right.
And we often have to create our own footsteps. And Promises to Kids reminds us that we can find any pathway, any non-traditional pathway, and that the world is our oyster. Most importantly, that we can be an advocate in any field, like you mentioned.
Right, exactly. So what field is your specialty? What are you looking to do? What are you doing?
The legal field. I'm hoping to become a children's attorney.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you taken the LSAT?
I haven't, but
Okay.
I am getting my Master of Legal Studies from UCLA in August.
Oh, yeah. And UCLA, by the way, if I can say this, of course I can say this is my show. It's got a great law school, by the way. Yeah. And so that's great. So you can represent. What skill sets do you think you have that would make you a great lawyer?
My lived experience. I grew up in the courtroom in the seats that most children have to stay in as foster youth. So I'm going to take that power and help other youth. Yeah,
exactly. And I can tell you're a very determined person, so that's part of that as well. And Alyssa, how about you? The career path that you love?
I'm going to school to be a therapist.
Right.
And something about Promises to Kids is that they have mental health support, and they have a holistic support as well, where you can do holistic activities. So I've been able to channel my emotions and different things that I've gone through and be able to express myself in creative ways through their holistic support. And having the mental health support has inspired me to really learn how to navigate my own life and be able to take care of myself in ways where I feel supported to be able to succeed in my career. Because as a mental health professional, I'm going to be in a field where I have to be stable and be able to utilize my different skills to support others. So being able to learn how to cope with my experiences and empower myself through turning that around to really feel strong and help others.
Unless you've been living in a different solar system that we're in, mental health is at crisis stages. We've never seen it before like this with the young folks, with older folks and all that business. So thank you for going into that field, because we need a lot of therapists. Faye, talk a little bit about Camp Connect.
Yeah, so Camp Connect is our program that reunites siblings who unfortunately have been separated in the foster care system. So living in different homes, they may not see each other throughout the year. For some, it might be once a year that they see each other, or twice a year. But through the program, we have monthly events where we get those siblings together. And whether it's going out for a beach day, or we've taken them to Disneyland or SeaWorld or wherever it may be, we want to make sure that they have the time where they can bond with one another, spend quality time with each other. And just for, even if it's for a few hours or a day, leave other things aside so they can just be kids.
Yeah, well, that is being kids or being adults that act like kids is something that's really important. We'll start with you, Vanessa, then go over to Alyssa, and then we'll end up with Faye on this. What can we do to support you personally and to support Promises to Kids? What can our audience do?
Great question. Honestly, listening to this podcast is the first step, just providing a platform for foster youth to feel heard and to continue to invest in us in any way, whether it's by getting involved or by spreading the word. Do you know a foster youth? Do you know a foster youth? And making sure that people know we exist and that we are here to create change.
Yeah, no, I think that's great advice. How about you, Alyssa?
I would say get involved and talk about the importance of the program and what we have to offer. A lot of times people don't know about the different resources available, and spreading the word of mouth, and the accessibility, it increases the accessibility to these resources. And the earlier people get connected to Promises to Kids, the better, because that's even more support that they're going to get over the years.
Yeah, and and Faye, it's in your world, PR and marketing and so forth, and that's why we've been doing this podcast for 19 years. You can't just talk about it once and we'll see you in a year. Mm-hmm. You've got to do it over and over and again. Of course, I'm preaching to the congregation with you, Faye, but this is why we love having the Guardian Scholars on. This is why we love shining a light on you. Listen, we know that there's a lot of attention that goes to youth-serving organizations or any organizations between Thanksgiving and the first of the year. But hunger doesn't look at a date. It's April 19 and I'm hungry, or I need someone to hug me. I need someone to connect with me. And yes, we don't want to discourage people from giving during those giving months, but this is a 7/24, 12-month gig, is it not?
Definitely. There's ways to get involved year round. So from volunteering to becoming a mentor, if you have the capacity to donate, whatever that may be, there's so many different ways to get involved with Promises to Kids. And with your support, we are able to reunite siblings, provide opportunities for youth to find that career path, help them with their education, provide resources to prevent homelessness, provide mentors, so many things that we can do. But again, we could not do that without the community support.
Yeah, what I'd love to do is, we're going to have you back on because we love having you on. Why don't you look at, we don't want to break any HIPAA laws, we don't want to break any privacy laws, we'll defer to you on this. Would love to have the next time you're on is maybe a brother and sister or two brothers or two sisters that united. If you want to tee that up, we'd love to have that.
Yeah, that's certainly something that we can look into. I know that we have some that have participated, and
right.
Definitely a possibility.
That's good. And if they have to make a return appearance with our friends Vanessa and Alyssa, that sounds fun too. Well, Faye, it's always good seeing you. The work you're doing for Promises to Kids is life-changing understatement of the world. Vanessa and Alyssa, so wonderful to have two poised, young folks in here wishing you both nothing but great things. I can say I knew Vanessa when she came on the show, and now she's running the most successful child law practice in the world over here. And with you, Alyssa, all the wonderful people you've touched being a therapist, that you've changed their lives, we're going to look forward to having that as well. So on all three of you, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
You bet. My pleasure. I'm Drew Schlosberg. You've been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show. We are the nation's longest running community podcast in our 19th year, brought to you by the fine folks of Mission Fed Credit Union. 60 years of doing great things in our community. We hope you enjoyed the interview.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.